And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Extra Life 150 presented by extra-life.org here in Brownsburg, Indiana. Lucas Oil Raceway decided tonight's late model race, charity late model race, for extra-life.org. I'm Brody Hanna. I'm going to be bringing the action to you live here once they get going and get started here. Looking forward to a great race tonight. This little short track here, a lot of fun. Exciting racing here always, and can't wait to get it started. As I said, it is a charity event tonight, and just to bring you guys up to speed with what we are doing tonight, 150 laps around this little track, and we'll get to the details later, but it's all for charity. We've had guys put money in for entry fees. There is a little bit of a payout that is not taken from the charity money. It is provided by one of the guys involved. And it's all for a good cause. It's raising money for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. They had a goal of $3,000, and amazingly, they have raised over $5,000 tonight, or this month, I guess, for a great cause. And I know those guys are excited about it. We're excited about bringing some racing action to you tonight, and for a good cause as well. So it's great to be a part of it. We're going to do our, they're going to go to qualifying here shortly, qualifying at 9 o'clock. We're going to give you guys a quick race analysis here. What we're looking at tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. 150 laps, roughly 102 miles, a little over that. A little oval, a little flat track oval. 12 degrees of banking here, which is deceptive because, to be honest, this track does not look as if it's got 12 degrees of banking. 4 turns, and the track's only 0.686 miles around. Was opened in 1960, and so it's got a little age on it, as you can see on the track. A little bumpy, but these cars fly around this track, and they're actually a lot of fun to race. The weather tonight is going to be default iRacing weather. Time of day, of course, we're racing under the lights here. Partly cloudy, 78 degrees, 55 degrees humidity, and wind speed at 2 miles an hour. Wind direction will be north. So really no changes there. Usual weather, but 150 laps here. One thing they'll be watching is possible pit stops. These cars can go ways without pitting, but the pit stops here are extremely slow compared, I guess, to the NASCAR cars. Your pit stops are going to take a little bit longer, just because the crews aren't quite as talented as the high-level guys. While we're waiting for qualifying, we're going to go ahead and show you guys the times right now as they stand. Currently, Trevor Anderson is on top of the boards in the 25 car with a 22.397. But not far behind is Josh Hart, Dalton Collins, Dylan Canova, Jason Powell, Brad Howard, Brian Bliss, Brandon Cook, Josh Cox, Ty Cole is your top 10 currently. A lot of fast guys out there. These cars are a little bit. I hear a lot of the guys say they're a little bit on the tight side. Compared to some of the other cars you'll drive, but I think it'll make for some really great racing once we get going here shortly. We got some great camera views for you tonight as well. We'll kind of go through that as well. We're going to jump on board here with, let's see who this is. This is going to be the 11 of Ty Cole here, making some laps early on. I got the roof camera for you. We got a cool camera too as well. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be looking out the back here. We're going to be able to look out the back, watch some racing action from the back bumpers as well, as cars kind of come up to try to take position, and looking forward to that as well. So, and they just jumped to qualifying, so we're going to take a quick break here, and I come back on the other side. We'll give you the starting lineup and get you ready to roll here at Lucas Oil Speedway. We're looking forward to some great racing tonight, so we'll get you prepared, get you ready to roll right after this. Back here at Lucas Oil Raceway, qualifying is just wrapping up here. 2 laps around here for qualifying, and these guys are going to get it set and ready to go. Before we go any farther, I do want to kind of remind you guys as well, watching here on Full Throttle TV, Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, we start our doubleheader sessions. It's Trucks and the Xfinity Series for the iRacing series, FTSR Trucks and the FTSR Xfinity Series. Starting 8 o'clock, Xfinity at 9:30. Make sure to check us out. Watch some great racing action there as well. But yeah, we are back here at Lucas Oil Raceway, and they're wrapping up qualifying, and looking forward to getting this thing going for sure. Let's see where people stack up right now. We have 6 people taking time so far. And right now, Trevor Anderson is showing the way with a 22.459. Jason Powell just jumped up to second. Remember, these guys have 2 laps to make it happen, so we may see some changes here. Currently 7 on the board. And while they finish up, I do have a few minutes here, so while they finish up, I do want to show you guys, if I can pull it up here. Yes, I can. So let's pull that up. So here I'm going to show you guys. So this is the goal was 3,000, raised at $5,115 for a great cause. And now I'm going to scroll down for you guys to see each team member here. Justin Green raised 3,260 of his personal goal, 19 donations. Josh Cox 975 with 25 donations. Joshua Johnson raised 465 with 10 donations, and then David Hahn with $450 raised 12 donations. So that's just wanted to show you guys the actual totals here. I know some of the guys actually would like to see some of that, so I wanted to show you guys that before we went any farther. So great, over $5,000 for a great cause. So back here, now we have 9 guys. So we still have Trevor Henderson and Jason Powell showing the way, but Brian Bliss has jumped up to 3rd right now in qualifying. And that bodes well. A lot of guys are close. We're going to see some door-to-door, side-to-side racing. One thing I do want to mention with this track, the high side is preferred lane. So you're going to have some guys diving to the bottom trying to make things happen. And if they're not careful, they'll wash up the track into the guys, cause a little, I guess, some fireworks. And so we'll be watching for that. And also, like I said, with the fast line being around the outside, you're going to be doing some wall hugging. You got to watch that wall too as well. Oh, I do want to mention while we're talking about it, the settings for tonight. The teams will have 1 fast repair to repair the car if something does happen, so they will be able to take advantage of that. This is a fixed setup race, so no tricky setups. Everything's fixed. Everybody's got the same stuff. That should lead to some close racing as well. And you know, the usual settings here. But for the winner tonight, the winner of tonight's race will win $30. Second place will receive $10, and third place, which I guess is kind of my favorite, this is custom and unique. Third place is going to get some DJ3 Extra Life team swag. So not sure exactly what that is, but you're gonna leave here with a little something extra, something for you to kind of cling on to and call yours. So that's going to be cool. And we will be talking to the top 3 after the race and get their take on it. Maybe some other guys and maybe find out what they thought about the race and maybe have a little bit more to say. So I'm getting word that qualifying is complete. They're doing the drivers meeting right now, so that'll be taking place. But qualifying is complete, so we're going to go ahead and award Trevor Anderson the pole tonight with a 22.459. He was fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying here. We'll see if he can take it home tonight in the race. Jason Powell showing a lot of speed. Maybe not the 1 lap speed, but he's definitely consistent. Brian Bliss, Brian Wax, Brendan Cook, Brad Howard. And these are just the guys that took time. We have a few that did not take time, and we'll go through the field here shortly once they get rolling on pit road. Again, tonight, Would have a second guy in the booth, but unfortunately was unable to make it. So it's just going to be me tonight. I'm going to give you guys as much information as possible uh, during the race, and kind of let you guys enjoy it when I can. Just enjoy the atmosphere here tonight. One of my favorite tracks. A lot of fun to race and a lot of fun to kind of putt around. These cars are a little lower horsepower, but that doesn't take away from the racing. If anything, it intensifies the racing. And these guys will have to work to get by each other here. And that's what we're going to enjoy watching. These guys are going to have to find a way around, whether it be bottom or top, squeeze your nose in the top. And one thing, too, with these cars, I saw a lot of guys in practice catching the wall. These cars are a little bit wider than you might expect cars to be. And I saw a lot of them catching the wall, getting into the corner, trying to swing out to get a good entry. So we'll watch for that as well. If you get caught on that wall, man, you're gonna slow your run down a good bit there. Just waiting for drivers meeting to finish up, and so we can get some short track racing going on. Again, 150 laps here tonight. Cautions are on. Cautions do count. One fast repair for the guys to use. If it was me, I would use it towards the end. That's where you want to you want to be cleanest towards the end. If you get a pit stop near the end, the thing is that's going to be tricky. Do you want to come in and use it and put yourself in the back and have to fight your way back up front? That will be interesting to watch. A lot of things to watch. Like I said, we're going to try to give you some cool views of all the racing action tonight. Sorry for the delay, guys. We're just kind of getting things last minute covered here. I do want to thank everybody watching on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. We are triple streaming tonight on all three platforms. So if you're watching on any three of those, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. I know these guys will like to see what you have to say, your comments and everything. I'd like to thank you guys for watching and tuning in tonight. Like I said, if you're watching for the first time, make sure to check us out on Thursday nights. We got some great racing going on every Thursday. This is a special event, a charity race, but every Thursday we'll be bringing you guys some racing action with the trucks and Xfinity cars in iRacing. And it looks like they are lining up, so we're going to get ready here to go through the starting lineup and give you guys the official starting lineup for tonight's race. And now the official starting lineup for the Extra Life 150 here at Lucas Oil Raceway. On the pole with a lap of 22.459, that's going to be the 25, that's Trevor Anderson from California. Starting on the outside, that's going to be 18, Jason Powell with the 22.524. In third, it's going to be a guy I know pretty well, Brian Bliss in the 4 from New York. Starting to his outside, it's going to be the 14 of Brian Waxman from Ohio. Starting 5th in the 44, that's going to be Brandon Cook from Pennsylvania. To his outside, it's going to be Brad Howard from Mid-South, starting 6th. Starting 7th is the 70, that's going to be Dylan Canova To his outside is Josh Cox in the 6. Starting 9th, that's going to be the 36, Ken Askew. To his outside is going to be Dalton Collins. Starting 11th, that's going to be the 12. That's going to be Bill Gross. And on the outside of him, rounding out our 12 car field, that's going to be Ty Cole. They're going to get one more pace lap around here, just getting warmed up, getting ready to roll, and then we'll be going green here. Like I said, to mention, these cars are a little lower horsepower than you see in the super late models or some of the other cars you'd see here. So you're going to see guys try to roll the corner, roll through the middle, try to make as much time as they can through the corner. That could lead to some fireworks. And again, $30 on the line here, 10 for second, and some swag for third place. So we got some prizes on the line. We got pride on the line. And we got some great racing action to look forward to. 150 laps around Lucas Oil Raceway for the Extra Life 150 through 3 and 4, waiting for the pace car to pull off. Here they come down to take the green flag, and the green is out and we're underway. A big jump by the 25 of Trevor Anderson. That's going to pay off mightily here to start this race. It didn't take long for the 18 to catch back up to him. He's right there now. Out of turn 2, lap 2. The 18's making up some time, and then on his heels is the 14 of Brian Wax and the 4 of Brian Bliss. Brandon Cook round off your top 5. It's a complete 2 laps here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Everybody's kind of moved to the bottom now. That's a little surprising. I thought the top side would be where you want to be, but these guys are starting to move to the bottom, at least in 1 and 2. See some moves being made back there for about 5th and 6th. It looks like the 70 is under attack by the 44 of Brandon Cook, who looks like he may be sliding back on the bottom here. So the 70 will actually take that position, its 5th position. Dylan Canoa move him into 5th. Meanwhile, we got a battle for 9th back there, 9th and 10th, I believe. That's going to involve Josh Cox in the 6th and the 13 of Dalton Collins there. Jump on board with Josh Cox here in the 6 car. You see some names on the car of Joshua Cox. Josh was involved in getting some of this stuff organized, a lot of it organized actually. And he told guys if they would donate to him, he'd put their name on his car. So you see names all over the car, all over the back deck lid, the front of the car. That's what that is, a little thank you to everybody that was able to pitch in and make that $5,000 goal, or $3,000 goal, a $5,000 reality. So that's really cool. Look out the back and see if he's being challenged. As you see the thank you donors sponsor, spoiler back there. And it looks like he's kind of pulled away a little bit here. Meanwhile up front, he's starting to get a little hot and heavy here. Looks like the 14 is actually moving up on the 18 a little bit here and running a little bit different line, a little unconventional, running the very bottom and even down to the apron through 3 and 4. That's but he's making it work. That's cool. He's able to find a different lane there. Meanwhile, he's got to watch his mirror because you got the Ford Brian Bliss sitting right there behind him, just waiting to pounce. We're right on board here with the 14 of Brian Wax, looking back at the 4 of Brian Bliss here. is he's starting to play defense, and this is what happens. You start playing defense, and you start losing time to the leader if you're not careful. And oh, I tell you, the 14's really, he's going high and just diving low off the corner, making that work out. On board with Brian Bliss here, running a more conventional line around this track. And I mean, like I said, it's 150 laps. We're 12 laps into it here, so it's probably just kind of biding his time here. Fourth place, pretty solid here, and doesn't want to risk tearing his car up early. That's so cool. Oh, that was close. The 14's really having to slow his car down to get that turn off the corner, which is leading to that little bit of a checkup that you see happening with the Ford and the 14. Ford's going to look a little bit higher and try to get a run off the corner here. Meanwhile, behind them, we got a battle for, what is that, 6th? That's between the 44 of Brandon Cook and the 70 of Dylan Canova. And now the 6 of Josh Cox is going to join the battle here and look to the outside and actually take that position from the actually that's Dalton Collins in the 13. So Dalton Collins is actually going to take that position from the 70 after that battle. So move Dalton Collins up to 6th place. Yeah, say I got the 6 and the 13 mixed up. Those cars are somewhat similar in paint, not really that similar, but used to seeing the extra life colors for the 6 and the 13 too as well tonight. Looks like let's see who's that going to be. That's going to be the 4 Bliss, really hounding the back of the 14 here. And actually, the Ford's getting some pressure from Brandon Cook in the 44 as well. Another great opportunity to look at this awesome camera looking back in the back. See what's going to happen here. These guys are playing pretty nice right now. I don't expect this to last the whole race, but right now it's pretty smart. We're going to come around and complete 19 laps here, so good move. Kind of protect the car, take care of the car, but you don't want to lose contact with the leaders either if you can help it. One guy I've kind of got my eye on, we just talked about it a minute ago, is that 13. Dalton Collins started 10th. He's up to 6th now, so he's made some moves. He's about a second and a half behind the leader as they run, so he's going to have to work through traffic a little bit more here. But he's one of the guys that I've seen actually be able to make moves, so keep an eye on him. Laps in the book here for 150 laps. Just getting going here, just getting started, and the cars are starting to get warmed up. The tires are starting to get a little warm now, so we'll see if the tire wear comes into play here and see what pit strategy is. Jump on board with our leader here, Trevor Anderson. Just I'd say a Sunday cruise on a Saturday night. Looking back at 2nd place, that's Jason Powell in the 18. And Jason may just be biding his time here, but he's just kind of cruising right now. Uh-oh, we're missing our 5th place guy. We got a caution on the track as well. So the caution is out, and I got a feeling that's going to involve our 5th place guy. We'll see what we're able to see here. Let's back that up. All right, we come off turn 2, and looks like there's contact between the 44 and is that the... Hard to see who that was. Coming off turn 2, and it looks like the 44 just kind of keeps it a little low, maybe fighting with somebody else there. And the other car comes up the track, and that is the 70. That's the 70 car that was involved. So spins out and hard contact with the inside wall there. All right, well, we've got pit stops right now. Got guys in pit road as we speak. 25 laps in the book and they're already pitting, so that tells me that tires are going to be an issue. Tires are going to be a factor. I don't say an issue. Be a factor here tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, looks like the pit was open the first time around, and some of the guys were not able to take advantage. We'll see how this plays out. Let them get re-racked, and we'll give you guys a top 10 running order here in just a second. So first caution of the night on lap 25. 1/6 of the way through the race here tonight, and got a car turned around a little tore up. So I'm not sure if the 36 pitted, but it looks like the 36 is actually going to be your leader, Ken Askew. And the pace car's off, so we're going to be going green here. Through 3 and 4, waiting for the green flag. Green flag's out. We're back underway here at Lucas Oil Raceway. The 36 gets a great jump and jumps out to the lead here in front of the 25. Be interesting to see how long he can stay in front of the 25. He's been the class of the field tonight so far, and on older tires, it's going to be a tall order. Did you see the 25 just eating him up through the corner? It's going to look low here and try to make that pass. And he completes the pass off turn 2, so that's going to put the 25 back out front. Meanwhile, we got a heck of a battle back there for about 3rd on back. Actually, it's going to be 4th. That includes the 44 that was involved in that last incident. And I believe that's the 18 sneaking back through, and there's the 70 once again. These guys are all over this track. Oh, we see is that the 18? Looks like the 18 got the wall there off turn 2. He was running second before that caution. Kind of in some traffic here, and now he's got a little damage to the right front. We'll see if that affects him. And we just saw the 35 get a little piece of the wall. So action's picking up here. These guys are starting to get a little more aggressive with their moves. Boy, kind of got bottled up off turn 2 there. See the 13 dive into turn 1, able to take that position from The 35, just remember the, oh, sorry, 36 of Kenneth Askew. He I think he chose not to take tires there and stayed out, and now he's paying the price. But I mean, you've got to try something different. If you're back in the pack, you've got to try something to get up there and be able to battle for the lead. It's worth a shot. I mean, early on, no tire limits here, so you can come in whenever you want, and sort of just try to make a strategy move there to see if you can make something happen. Meanwhile, up front, nothing's changed. The 25's out front. The 4 is actually, Brian Bliss is actually running second. Jason Powell in third, trying to take that position back. But the 18 there, Powell, we saw him get the wall off turn 2, I believe it was. And he's got a wrinkled up fender there, but doesn't seem to be hurting his speed at this point. It's off the back bumper of the 4. Brian Bliss looking back at the 18 of Powell. You see that fender on the right front. Definitely hurt the car, but doesn't seem to hurt his speed. This is my favorite view. It's the action shot right here. See if anybody chooses up, and we've got another caution. Another caution on the speedway. Let's see if we can find it for you and show you what happened here. Wow, and this one's going to be a big one, I believe. All right, this was going to involve the 6 and the 44, the 6 of Josh Cox and the 44 of Brandon Cook. You see him going through the corner here. As they come off the corner, everybody's fighting for position, and the 6 pushes up. The 44 tries to angle down off the corner, just comes down and clips the 6, and the 6 is collected by the 14. I guess it wasn't any bigger than that, but the 6 has got some significant damage on the right front, more significant on the rear. And it looks like the 44's got engine damage, so his night, unless if he hasn't used a fast repair, his night will be over. We got pit stops again. The guys have chosen, well, some of the guys have chosen to pit here. Others have elected to stay out. Looks like the 25 and the 4. The 25 of Anderson, the 4 of Bliss, have decided not to come down pit road, as well as looks like the 14 of Brian Wax, the 13 of Bill Gross, and the 11 of Tyler Cole. I don't think any of those guys pitted. And I don't know if that's a strategy call or if they had damage to fix or what, but it's going to shake up the running order a little bit. And the guys in the back of the guy have fresher tires, so we'll see if they can work their way through the field with fresher tires. See how much tires matter. We're only at 40, so they only ran about 10 laps of green. So we'll see if 10 lap fresher tires really matter here. Although I know it's tough to pass here. I've run some laps here myself. It is tough to make passes, so it's going to be tough for them, regardless of the fresher tires, to be able to make their way back up front. But pit cycles kind of work weird here. You'll have some pit, some stay out. Kind of like it's the same thing at Martinsville, some of the other short tracks. You want to be up front because that's where you can run faster, but you want fresher tires too. It's just depends on when you decide to pit and when the lone green flag run comes, really. That'll kind of determine if you pit or not as well. So we're going to come back to the completion of lap 41 and get the green here. Pace car is going to pull off, and that's going to be the 25 of Anderson leading the 4 Bliss, just like we left it when we went to caution. Waiting. Leader goes on when he wants, and he accelerates, and the 25 of Anderson's out to a big lead here on the start. And the 14 and the 11 are able to get by the 4 of Bliss on the start. So a terrible start by the 4 of Bliss. It's going to move Bliss back to fourth, but it's going to move the 14 of Brian Wax up to second. He's a name we haven't mentioned much so far tonight. And you have the 11 of Cole, who we're watching here. Ty Cole, we haven't mentioned much about him either, and he finds himself in third place. And now the 18 is going to be challenging the 4. That's for fourth place. And who's that trying to make it 3 wide? That's going to be the 70 of Dylan Canova trying to find his way through the field. I think he has fresher tires. And we've got another caution. All right, let's see what we got here. Going into turn 1, looks like the 13 of Collins clips the front of, can't see what car that is. And they kind of get all bunched up going into turn 1 there. I'll show you another angle here. Just barely, and I've seen that so many times at this track. You try to get a good run into the corner and you just clip the front of the car, turns him right in the wall. That's the 13 to Collins. The 36 was included in that, Kenneth Askew, and it looks like the 44 of Brandon Cook was somewhat involved in that as well. That was the 12 car that he made contact with. And the guys are back on pit road again, so no shortage of pit stops here. Although, it does look as if the 25 is elected to stay out here again with the 14 of Wax, the 18 of Powell, and the 10 of Brad Howard electing to stay out here. Although, the 4 of Brian Bliss pitted out of the top 5, so we'll see if he can make some headway as well. The Extra Life 150 on Full Throttle TV is brought to you by extra-life.org, playing games and healing kids. Visit extralife.org to find out more and see how you can participate. Back here at the Extra Life 150 Lucas Oil Raceway, Brownsburg, Indiana. We got some great action going on here. Lap 47 of a 150 lap event. We've not even reached halfway. 3 cautions so far. We've had a couple guys get tied up in some incidents, but other than that, it's been some very good racing. A lot of side-by-side racing. A lot of fun to watch. And if you're interested on how to get involved, this is for the guys that do not know much about sim racing. This is in the iRacing simulation, iRacing.com. You'll be able to find out more about how to get involved in some racing. Have some awesome racing. A lot of different kinds of cars. These are the late models you see here, but a lot of other cars available as well. So check out iRacing.com if you want to get involved. Lap 48 complete of 150. We're going to come around 3 and 4. We're going to see the green flag and see if 25 gets another one of those magical restarts. And he does, but not as much as he has before. So these guys are going to be with him here through 1 and 2. Oh, we got contact back here. The 14 makes contact with the 18 coming off turn 2. And looks like he collected the 13 as well. Wow, right off the start. We'll go back and see if we can show you guys another vantage point of that incident. It comes through turns 2, and the 14 is trying to get a good run off, and honestly, the 18, you just can't. You got to have room to come up, and he just didn't have room. And then the 14 collects the 13 there. Pretty hard contact in the side of the door there. But yeah, just a racing incident there on the restart. Everybody trying to get everything they can, and they'll all continue on. It looks like nobody's out of it completely here. I'll tell you what, let's do this. Since we've got a minute, we're actually going to go back to that accident. And let's ride along with the 44 as we're going to watch it happen up front. Let's do it real time. This is how fast things happen here. Smoke, smoke, everything happens at the bottom. You go high and you get by. I'm going to show you this as well. Coming through turns 2, this is looking out the back at the leader to 25. See them make contact, and it's on from there. Alright, we're going to get a restart here with about 1 lap to go here. A third of the way through here, 53 laps completed of the 150. We're going to try to get some green flag racing action going on. I'm sure the guys are on the horn, kind of trying to calm these drivers down. We've got a long way to go. Don't need to make aggressive moves too much here on the start. Just kind of ease into it, and we'll get some racing going here. The 25's looking really good out there. The 18's had some speed. The 10 and the 70 have put themselves in position here as well. So here we go. We're going to get a restart here. Through 3 and 4, pace car's already pulled off. Waiting for the green. There's the green, and we're back underway here at Lucas Oil Raceway. He's able to clear the 10 of Brad Howard off turn 2 and assert himself as the leader here. Ooh, the 10 makes a little contact with the 25. That's going to move him up. And upping him up to be passed by the 7 of Canova. He's going to take second place. The 70. Meanwhile, back here you got the 4 of Bliss and the 6 of Joshua Cox. They're battling for 5th place here. Behind those guys, it's going to be 11 and 13 battling for position as well. I told you these guys, these cars are going to be great for racing here. And we're seeing it, some side-by-side action here early. And the cool thing about this track too is you see all the different lines you can run here. You can run low in, high off, high in, low off, or you can kind of run through the middle of the whole track as well, as we've seen. The problem is when your line intersects with another guy's line, that's when you get into issues. And what we saw so far in open corners, those lines overlapping, and then it causes issues. A lot of close racing action here early. As we see the 6, I think the 6 got the wall a little bit there. I'm gonna jump on board with the 6. You see the front of his car is kind of dinged in a little bit on the front, but that's short track racing. You see the 13 of Dalton Collins able to take that position from him. That's for 6th place, and move Josh back to 7th. Again, I just want to throw a shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the show. Looking forward to the finish here. We're going to have some a great finish here, I believe. We got a lot of fast guys. The 25's been the class of the field, but we got some guys coming up to challenge him. The 70 of Canova, the 10 of Howard. As I say that, we're going to ride on board with the leader, the 25 of Anderson. Continues to lead, but you see the 70 is right there on his bumper, and he's going to challenge him for this lead. Again, you see the different lines. That's the great thing about this track. You see the 70 is actually running lower on exit, but the 25 is able to keep his momentum a little bit better on the high side, and that's kind of where we stand. These guys are finding speed in different parts of the track and are running about the same time. And actually, it looks as if the 70 may be a little bit faster than our leader at this point in the race. And just remember, this is short track racing. The bumpers do come into play here sometimes. We'll see. It may be a little early for it, but just watch for that, especially when we get towards the end of this race. Some guys may be using that chrome horn. I believe 25 just caught the wall a little bit, and we've got another caution on the track. We'll get a replay of that here shortly, but we're going to watch the leaders, see if they decide to pit here. The 25 of Anderson's only made one pit stop so far, and that was on lap 25. We're on lap 65 now. Is now the time to make the pit stop? That's going to be the question he'll have to ask himself. It looks like the answer is yes. He's going to be coming in the pits here. As do about everybody, all except for the 13 of Collins, and we'll see who else. The 70 may have, no, the 12 of Bill Gross. Those two stayed out. Everybody else is in the pits here. See if anybody's able to beat him out of the pits here. Looks like the 70 of Canova was able to beat our leader out of the pits. So it's going to be the 70 ahead of Anderson. That's Canova ahead of Anderson here off the pit road. See if we can talk to, well, actually, we're going to hold off. They're going to be getting the one to go here. Don't want to interrupt anybody, but we will be talking to the guys here shortly. We'll see if we can get somebody on the horn here, maybe in the next caution, see if we can talk to them and get their take on what's going on so far. I wanted to talk to Canova. I actually wanted to talk to Collins, too, to see what they're thinking as far as staying out and what their plan is. We saw Collins was one of the guys that's able to actually make some moves through the field. As you see on your screen here, he started 10 and currently leading this thing, so able to make some moves here on this track that's so tough to pass on. So he's got a strong car, we know that for sure. Now he's in position in the lead. We'll see if he can capitalize on this. Through 3 and 4, we're waiting for the green. Pace car is off, and the green's out. We're underway here at Lucas Oil Raceway once again. And the 13 gets a pretty... Oh, we got contact back there behind those guys. We got cars around. Looks like the 13's, the 11 and the 12's involved, the 18. Oh, we hate to see that with the 18. 18 had a great... Powell had a great car tonight and got caught up in that. Let's see what started this off. It started actually on the front stretch. Looks like it... whoever's behind the 12 there. You see they take the green, and oh, we had the 12 get the wall there and then come off the wall and catch. Is that the? Is that the? That's the 25. The guy that's been leading so many laps tonight got involved in that as well. But the 12 goes up and collects several other cars. Looks like the 18 actually may have not gotten any damage from that. Looks like he just stopped after that happened. I'll show you again here from a different point of view. The 12 gets the wall. The 25 tries to avoid, but then makes contact, kind of rides up on his wheel there, and that shoots the 10 car to the inside, and then everybody just kind of piles in turn one. 11 gets a piece of it. 18 does stop, so able to avoid any damage there by the 18. That might be a critical move here. Unfortunately, we don't have Powell on TeamSpeak. I can't talk to him. I wanted to talk to him about that as well. They're forming up. They're going to get the one to go here, and we're going to go back green flag racing here. The 13 continues to lead. That's Dalton Collins in the lead. The 70 of Dylan Canova running second. Real quickly, we'll show you the top 10 here. Trevor Anderson up to third. Made a little contact though. We got to see if it affects him. Brian Bliss and Josh Cox make up your top 5. We're going back green flag racing. Look out the back here of our leader and get the green here. 13 of Collins waiting, and accelerates and he's off. And looks like the 70 of Canova is actually able to hold on to the outside there and finally gives it up going into turn one. Gonna dive to the bottom and try to take this lead. You got the 70 and 13 side by side, just can't hang down there, and the 13 is gonna take the lead here. That's gonna open up the 70 to an attack from the 25 of Anderson. You see some damage on that left side of his car. Wonder how that's gonna affect his car. And actually the 25 is under attack by the 4 of Brian Bliss. And we've got another caution. Not sure who was involved there. But we're going to see it here coming off the corner. The 14, oh, just comes across and bounces off the wall. Let's see if we can talk to a guy that's been hanging around the top 5 the whole race, having a great run, and we'll see if we can get a hold of him here. Brian Bliss, this is Brody up in the booth, Full Throttle TV. You got me?
Got you.
Brian, man, you've been hanging around the top 5 the whole race, man, but it's been a little crazy up there. So here lately, a lot of cautions, man. What's your thought process here as we just cross halfway?
I'm just trying to ride right now. Not really trying to make any daring moves.
We saw some damage to the 25 of Anderson, he's run up front a lot in this race, and in that last accident before this last caution, got a little damage. Do you think that's affecting his car? Because we saw you start to try to make a move on him there.
I think it is a little bit. He's pretty damaged.
All right, Brian, we'll let you get back to it. We just wanted to check in. Good luck, and as we get the one to go here, we're going to go back green.
Thanks.
Again, that was the driver of the number 4. That's Brian Bliss here, the blue and black machine. Hopefully, it doesn't end up black and blue at the end of this race. So far, the car looks pretty clean. Front end looks good. The back end looks decent. Actually, looks really good, really clean. So hopefully, they don't see that as an opportunity to make any more of a mess. And right behind him is another guy that's been really impressive. And you see some wrinkled fenders on this machine. That's going to be the 6 of Josh Cox. Again, all the names on the car are thank yous for the guys that are donated to make this event happen. DJ3, they're the team that has been working under Extra Life to try to get donations. Like I said, we're going to raise $3,000. They are up over $5,000 now, so that's awesome. Going to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. So that's really cool that they're doing that. They're actually participating in a 24-hour gaming session. You know, Extra Life is play games, heal kids. Basically, they raise money by donations, playing games all year or all day, and so we want to throw a shout out and a thank you to everybody that donated for the cause there. Was able to make that happen. $5,000 is an incredible amount. It's really going to go far and help, and these guys really appreciate it. We appreciate it, and we're actually excited to be a part of it. So really cool thing they do every year, and glad to be a part of it. We're getting one to go here. We're going to go green. It's going to be the 13 of Collins up front still, with the 70 to his outside. We saw 70 he did a great job on the last restart. We'll see if he can do the same here and hang with the 13. As the green flag's out, we're backing away, and he really does. He gets another great restart right outside of the 13 as they head into turn 1. He's going to stay there, make a little contact. And in turn 3, he's right there. So tough to pass here. You know, you got to feel the frustrations of the 70 trying to make something happen. And actually, the 13's put some distance between him and the 70 of Canova. So Cox has pulled out a little bit here. A little bit of breathing room. Top 4 put themselves, put a little distance between them and the 5th place machine and Josh Cox. So right now it's looking like these 4 are kind of the class of the field. And of course, you've got Anderson in 3rd, Bliss in 4th. We just spoke with him about his car. So these 4 are looking like they're going to try to decide it between them. 86 laps in the book here of the 150 scheduled here. Still a long ways to go, just past halfway. And as you can see, some of the cars are a little worse for wear here already. Just a reminder, you're watching the DJ3 Extra Life 150 here at Lucas Oil Raceway, a charity event for extralife.org. If you're enjoying it on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, if everybody's enjoying the race, thank you for watching. Thank you for putting up with me here. One-man broadcast wasn't planned that way, but unfortunately we had some technical issues. We only had one here, so appreciate you guys bearing with me as well. So to give you guys a break, let's do this. Let's do a little, now we got a little green flag run going. We'll do a little crank it up and let you guys enjoy some of the sounds here at Lucas Oil Raceway. That's the way these cars really have a good sound to them. A lot of the guys, I mean, a lot of the cars in iRacing, if you guys aren't familiar with, all have different sounds and a lot of really cool sounds. So I hope you enjoyed that. But looking up at our battle for the lead, looks like the 70 of Canova's just kind of settled in here. And honestly, the 25's dropped back a little bit of Anderson. I'm a little surprised about that. Maybe that damage is starting to affect his car here. As you see, there's a lot of damage on that 25. Here's a good aerial shot of the racing here through 3 and 4. You can see how wore out this track is. You see a lot of the patches and the seams here. That's one thing you have to watch too as far as the seams at this track. You do not want to get on the seams if you can help it. The car will get a little sideways on you. But this is an old track, like I said, opened up in 1960. It had been repaved once or twice, but still a really old track. Not far from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, actually, here in Indiana. Used to have the NASCAR guys run here. The smaller series run here, and the Cup guys run the Indy. Back in the what I would call the good old days. I'd say the 90s and early 2000s. Since then, they haven't been back. Heard that they may be returning, though. So that's cool. As we cross the line here, that's 100 laps. 100 laps in the book here. 50 laps to go for the $30 prize here. For first, second place gets $10, and then third place gets some swag. So just remember, there is some stuff on the line here. These guys are not racing just for the fun. They're racing for a little cash prize here as well. So that could play into what you do for the win. You know, how far do you actually take it? I'm just amazed that the 25 in that condition is able to run as fast as he is, actually. That's a lot of damage to the car. While 13 continues to lead here, that's Dalton Collins, Dylan Canova running second, and Trevor Anderson in that beat up. 25 running third. Brian Blish is fourth, and fifth place is Brad Howard, but that's over 7 seconds back, the 10 of Howard. So the top fours really, they've separated themselves a good bit here. You saw how tricky the restarts were. We had, you know, they say cautions breed cautions. We had several restarts in a row there where they just could not get going. You're just on top of each other. And honestly, the restarts are the best time to kind of make some ground up, as we saw, you know. So these guys just have to pounce when they can, and we saw some accidents. But now that we got kind of strung out, we're clean and green here. Got, I believe, 9 cars on the lead lap right now. A lot of damaged vehicles out there right now. But one of the cleaner ones who's up front is 13 of Collins. Like I said, he was one of the guys we actually saw making moves through the field. Started 10th, able to take the lead here. And Shawnee's got a strong car. But the 7 of Canova's back there, he's kind of dropped off. But I'll say this, I am very impressed because it looks like the 25, maybe the 25 is making up a low ground on the 70 here. Keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, back here we got a battle between the 18 and the 6 of Cox and the 18 of Howell. See the 18 of Cox, 18 of Powell is all over the 6 of Joshua Cox. Looks like Josh kind of got the wall a little bit there. It's going to allow the 18 to look inside. That bottom's just so tough to make anything happen. You just don't, you know, you're not able to keep your momentum on the bottom. You see the 6 sideways big time into turn 1. That's going to give the position to the 18. So move Howell up to 6th place, I believe. That 6 does not look like it's handling very well. That's Kenneth Askew behind him in the 36. Settle down here, but it looks like things are heating up to 2nd place. We got the 70 starting to fall back into the clutches of the 25 with that tore up vehicle, man. He's making it work. That's awesome. Jump aboard the 25 here. Looking ahead at the 70. We'll see if he can make the pass here, right along with him for a little bit. behind this battle, the Ford Bliss is about a second behind, so no immediate threat, but we'll keep an eye on that as well. Working so hard. This track can lull you into a sense of confidence going through the corner. You're like, oh, I can get back in the gas. And you do, and the next thing you know, it shoots up the track, and you're in trouble. So it's tricky, especially the very bottom lane of this track is almost flat, if not completely flat. I think it's almost flat. The apron is completely flat, but we still see guys use the apron as well. So you know, you're all over the track here trying to make speed. It makes for fun racing, honestly. You get a lot of close side-by-side racing because you just can't, as you see the 25 try to look on the inside, you just can't put the power down. You get under them and you just can't accelerate off the corner like the guy on the high side can, which leads to, honestly, a lot of frustration as well, and something else we'll have to watch. Frustration of trying to make a pass when you're the faster car and you just can't make it happen. Sometimes you see guys decide to lay the bumper to the guy in front of him, which heats things up a little bit as well. So that's your typical Saturday night short track racing, and that's what we have here tonight. I tell you, the 70's doing a great job though. He's running the preferred lane, really, as they come up on the lap car here. The 14. The 14 wisely moves to the left, does a good job getting out of the way for these guys to continue racing here. But the 70 is doing a great job. He's running a really good line here. Just not really leaving any options available for the 25 of Anderson. Here, Canova looking back at Anderson. See how loose the 25 got a little bit loose off the corner there, and it's easy to do these cars to jump out from under you older tires. Meanwhile, this is going on about 2 seconds behind our leader of Dalton Collins, who's kind of stepped away from these guys. Oh, you see the 70 of Anderson, Canova gets the wall there. Anderson wasn't able to capitalize there, but a rare mistake here by our second place. And that's going to open up the bottom. Just cannot make that run off turn 4 work. You see the 70 in the wall again through 1 and 2. Tires are starting to get old. I mean, you're losing a lot of grip and losing a lot of time if you're not careful through the corner. And that's the 25's going to look to the inside again, try to make that pass. Just cannot make the bottom work. Meanwhile, that's allowed the Ford Bliss to kind of catch up to these guys. He's starting to make some inroads on both these guys here. And we've got a caution on the racetrack. Looks like the 6 of Josh Cox was involved there. We'll pull it up right quick for you guys. Indeed he was, so that they were racing for 8th place back there. Coming out of turn 4. They get kind of close there coming off 4. No contact yet, but the 6 catches the wall, bounces off the wall, down into the 35, 36. Yeah, the 36 of Askew. And Askew continues on, but the 6 gets turned around and able to spin it back around and keep going. But man, that car is tore up now. Makes me wonder if he's used his fast repair yet. If so, he could be in a world full of hurt. Looks like the leaders took this to this opportunity to pit. Actually, looks like Canova stayed out, led a lap, and is now in the pit. So I'm wondering what happened there. Collins is going to retake the lead here. That's going to put Anderson up to second, Brian Bliss up to third. Yeah, the 6 is still rolling out there. Man, look at that car. It looks like a modified. And I'm sure it's not handling right. I'm sure it's the wheel's not straight. But he's going to soldier on here. Currently a lap down after that incident. Oh, and we're getting word now that the leader actually missed pit road. Or let's double check that. The leader was the 13. The 70 missed pit road and had to pit a second time. The second time by. That's going to drop him from second currently to 7th place. Wow. But I guess it could be worse. It is only 7th place, but we're looking at, when we go green, we're probably going to have about 22 laps to go. 22 laps to the end here. Lap 127, 150. We have 22 to go at the green. That's still a lot to make up in 22 laps. We'll keep an eye on it, but that's a tough break late in this race. The pace car's off there. We're going to get back going green here. The 13 in the lead, but the 25 has worked its way back up to second place. And we're going to get a late race restart here. 22 to go. Waiting for the green. The green's out and we're underway, and the 13 gets another great start. Into turn 1, the 25, and it looks like actually the 18 of Powell's worked himself back up there as well. So Powell's back up to 3rd place. Can he have something to say about this? He's putting all kind of pressure on the 25 here. He's going to look to the inside going into turn 1. That 25 does not look pretty, but he's still holding 2nd place here. 20 to go here at the line. 20 laps to go here at Lucas Oil Raceway for the extra life 150. 20 quick circuits around this track. It does not take long. We saw was that the 25 bounced off the wall there a little bit coming off forward. Giving it everything he's got. And 18 is not letting him go. I see the 25 bouncing off the wall again off turn 4. That damage has got to be affecting him at this point. Keep an eye on the 18 of Josh Powell. Seeing if he can do anything with the 25. So the 18 get involved in some things. Incident early, bounced off the wall early. Able to rebound to 3rd right now. That's a great rebound for him. jump on board this the Racing for Christ machine here of Jason Powell. He's inching up to the 25. I got a feeling he'll have something to say about this position before it's over with. Really gets a good run off turn 4 there. Able to make up some time. I feel like if he'd run the high line in 1 and 2 like he's running in 3 and 4, he'd have a little more momentum down the back here, but he's still making it work. Trying all kind of, actually trying different lines here. That's what he's doing to see what works here. It's going to have anything to do with the leader. He's going to get by pretty quickly here because we've got about 13 laps to go here. 14 to go. You see the 25 again catching the wall off the corner. He's driving it hard. All right, here we go. We got a big run coming out. Well, he had to pedal it a little bit. Meanwhile, if anything happens with these guys, the Ford Bliss is back there ready to pounce as well. See just how close these guys are. Meanwhile, we're going to come around here. It's going to be 10 laps to go at the line. 13 continues to pull away, but the battle's for second here. We're going to watch this. Remember, this is between getting a $10 cash prize and getting some team swag, and it looks like the 18's rather have the cash than the swag, and so we'll see what he's willing to do for it here. Eight laps to go. He's got a good run in the inside there into turn 1, but just unable to hold it off the corner there. He rolls in on him, almost contact there. These guys are so close. You can reach out and touch each other. Meanwhile, we got Brian Bliss is under attack from the 70 of Canova as well behind these guys. 18's got a good run off too this time. It's 5 to go at the line. 5 laps, and you see the 25 getting the wall big time off turn 2. That's going to open up the inside for the 18. They're coming up on some lap traffic as well. The 14. The 14's going to pull low and stay out of the way here. 4 to go. like I kind of broke everybody up here at the top two, but now the Ford Bliss is making a charge. Two laps to go. Two at the line. Two more circuits around this track. The 70 in the background. The 70 got the wall a little bit off turn 2. All right. White flag's out for a leader. The 13 of Dalton Collins comes through 1 and 2 for the last time. Down the backstretch, his car is about as pristine as you can hope at a short track. Looking good out there. Through 3 and 4, and he's going to take home $30 and the win here tonight in the Extra Life 150 at Lucas Oil Raceway. Dalton Collins is your winner. Trevor Anderson was able to hold off Jason Powell for second. Powell finishes third. Brian Bliss fourth. Dylan Canova, your top 5. But the man of the night, Dalton Collins, takes home the win in the 13 Extra Life machine. Started 10th, able to bring home the win tonight. Congratulations to him. Well, with that, we're going to reset. Dalton Collins tonight, your winner in the 13 machine. In the Extra Life 150, we're going to take a quick break, get our ducks in a row, try to wrangle the top 3, see if we can talk to some of these guys about tonight's race, and get their perspective. But we'll be right back after this. And we're back here at Lucas Oil Raceway for the Extra Life 150. It just completed here. Brought to you by extralife.org here on Full Throttle Television. Again, thank you to everybody watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. We appreciate it, and we're honored to be able to bring you this special charity event, the Extra Life 150, to you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to see if we can talk to some of our guys here. But before we do, let's go through our finishing order here for tonight's Extra Life 150. Taking home the win tonight in the number 13, that's Dalton Collins. Trevor Anderson finishes second with a beat-up race car. Able to come home second with that was a great job. Just unfortunately, he got involved in the accident. May have had something to say about the 13. Jason Powell was able to rebound to a third-place finishing position after some issues early. Brian Bliss hung around all night in the top 5, ended up with a fourth-place finish. Dylan Canova finishes 5th in the 70. 6th is Brad Howard. 7th, Ken Askew. 8th, Tyler Cole or Ty Cole. 9th, Joshua Cox. 10th, Brandon Cook. Finishing 11th tonight, that's going to be Brian Wax in the 14 after some issues early. The 12 of Bill Gross finishes 12th, and 13th is Joshua Hart in the 95. All right, so let's see if we can talk to, I believe it's going to be our 4th place finisher tonight. We couldn't catch up with 3rd, but we were able to catch up with the 4 of Brian Bliss after the race. Brian, great run tonight, man. You stayed in the top 5. We were able to talk to you actually during the race. Stayed in the top 5 all night. Just had a good, solid race. Able to come home 4th. Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it was a good race overall.
Well, tell me about the car. I didn't get much time in the car. Tell me, how did the car handle once you had an old tire? It looks like you were able to actually maybe make a little time on the guys in front of you here on older tires.
I thought it was tight. There was guys saying it was loose. It never really got loose for me. It did want to slide a few times in the corner under braking.
Yeah, we saw some guys get the wall, some issues early, and you were able to kind of miss some of the wreckage there too. In the middle of the race, looked like really the issue were restarts. Walk us through the restarts. Were they really as crazy as they looked?
Yeah, they were. You couldn't go anywhere on the low side.
Yeah, and again, we talked about the inability to pass here, how tough it is to pass. Being out front was key. But hanging around the top 5, good pit stops all night. Congratulations, man. We're going to give you the mic here. Want you to throw any shout outs. We are on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch tonight. So anybody watching, the floor is yours.
I want to thank Josh for putting this on. It's pretty cool to do it for the kids. Shout out to Simpossible and FTSR.
All right. Well, there's our 4th place finisher tonight in the 4 car. That's going to be Brian Bliss. And see if we can catch up with 2nd place here. That's going to be the 25 of Trevor Anderson. Trevor, great run tonight, man. Great finish, but did that damage hold you back at all there at the end?
Not too sure. I think it did. Car felt all right. I think I was.
All right, we're having some technical issues there. The mic cutting in and out there, but Trevor, yeah, a great finish tonight, man. A lot of good side-by-side battling too as well. Was it the damage, or was it maybe track position that hindered you more there towards the end?
Well, first, I think it was the track position that cut out behind those. Then got the damage after that.
All right, well, we're having some issues hearing you there, the audio cutting in and out, but again, congratulations on a solid 2nd place finish and a car that doesn't look deserving to finish 2nd. That was a great job wheeling that towards the top. So if we're going to give you the mic here, the floor is yours. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch tonight. Just give any shout outs or on any leagues you're in or anything, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Josh Cox. A lot of fun. Go in the race.
All right, well, there's your 2nd place finisher, Trevor Anderson, taking home $10 in prize money tonight. Excited about that, I'm sure, and excited to be a part of it. And and trying to think Josh there. Apparently, Josh Cox is a lot of fun. Uh, from what I caught there, but no, I'm sure those guys enjoy being a part of that tonight, and a great run for him. And I'm going to step down here to Victory Lane, where we'll find Dalton Collins, tonight's race winner in the 13 Extra Life Machine. Dalton, congratulations, great run tonight. You put yourself in position there at the end, were able to hold off the hard charge of the 25 and the 4, and take home the win here.
Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I've been looking forward to this race for about a month and a half now, and once I heard about it, I got really excited. I'm really big on finding these late model races and trying to go win them. I like going around and running these races like that, but or races like this. Sorry, but yeah, fun night overall. You know, tested earlier today and got some good info. I tested during the day, trying to um, maybe see if I can get the car to work in slicker conditions. So when I came here, nighttime we had all that grip, so it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, good night, and after overcoming those two wrecks I got involved in, came down and got it fixed, and then stayed out and held them off, and then that last caution kind of concerned me. I didn't really want to see that, but yeah, great night, got the win, and got that money.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the $30 prize tonight. You're going to take home $30 for that, that's for sure. But Dalton, you say you were involved in 2 incidents. Honestly, your car looked. I know you had one fast repair. Looked about the cleanest of anybody out there. It looked like you really took care of it. And one thing we mentioned early on in the event, it looked like you were one of the few guys who were really able to make passes, maybe on the bottom there. So I think that practice really paid off.
Yeah, I mean, Lucas Oil is very known to have that, Darlington feel to it, where you have to, get right next to the wall, and it's so hard to pass. But I mean, when you do make a pass on the bottom, you really got to make it work, and you really got to, have that good arc coming off, and just really have the car under you, and there's really everything you need to make a pass. But I mean, it's so hard to pass here. The car, is underpowered, the late model stock, so it's kind of hard to get that drive off with it, and the track itself, it changes so much. It has so much character, but yeah, I mean, you really gotta really watch what you're doing, and pay attention. Yeah, I mean, getting through what I went through tonight, just getting through both those wrecks, getting the car fixed, and had that fast repair which really helped. And I'm very fortunate that the second wreck didn't have too much damage on my car. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to go and enjoy this prize money. And thanks to Joshua Cox for putting this on. Going on this Extra Life 150, the inaugural race. I'm glad to be the inaugural winner. It's a good charity event, and for all the people that have these sick kids, I mean, I have a autistic cousin, so I mean, I have that in my family, and I really understand what these kids are going through. No matter what they have, whether it's cancer or autism or anything like that. But I mean, to all the people that's got them, my hat's off to you. You really got to pay attention to them. I mean, they could be the smartest, and I mean, you never know what you got. But yeah, thanks to Joshua Cox for putting this on, and thank you for broadcasting this thing as well.
All right. Well, Dalton, thank you so much, and congratulations. Enjoy that cash, and a great win tonight. Congrats.
Thank you, man.
All right, there's your winner tonight, the 13 of Dalton Collins, able to take home the win, and he actually touched on something that I wanted to briefly mention too. He's exactly right. This was for a good cause tonight. They were raising money for the extralife.org, raising money uh, through playing games to help the children's the children's hospital. I lost my wording there, but anyway, helping the children's hospital and doing it for the children. That's one thing that's really big. Josh Cox has helped put this on, and it's great to be able to do something for charity. And it was a great thing for. We were honored to actually be able to be involved with it. Had a lot of fun with it. Saw some great racing as a result, but honestly, the bigger thought there is being able to do something good for the community, good for the kids, and really be able to help out. So we were honored to do this tonight. We had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of great racing, and so we look forward to maybe doing this again. So had a lot of fun. Tonight's winner, Dalton Collins in the 13. Big shout out to everybody watching. Like I said, if you want to get involved, check out extra-life.org. Find out how you can get involved, maybe play some games, do some charity work, and actually help out in different ways as well. But we had a lot of fun, a lot of good racing, a lot of side-by-side racing, a few accidents, kind of keep us on our toes. But other than that, we had a lot of fun. So that's the name of the game: having fun, doing it for a good cause, and being able to come home tonight saying that we did something to make a difference, and that's what it's all about. So, for Brody Hanna and Full Throttle Television, we thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to doing this again down the road. The Extra Life 150 in the books. Until next time, you guys keep it 4 wheels on the ground, and we'll see you next time.